Better? Obviously. Hey, Snoozy. Do you want to come say hi? You can kind of vaguely just see this little brown fluff ball here. She's a little bit snoozy right this second because I just woke her up from her nap, haven't I? Oh, thank you. Is that my payback for waking you up? Yes. Oh, is it you? Okay. No. I'm not going to ruin my makeup. She's literally the love of my life. We won't tell that to Jason, though, will we? He's the love of your life as well, isn't he? Yes. She thinks my boyfriend is also her boyfriend, don't you, Trouble? Anyway, I'm gonna put her back to bed. She's like a little baby. Come on, then. Lie down, like a good girl. Oh. Sorry about that. I literally had to lie down with her for like 5 minutes. Anyway, moving on. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing well. I hope lockdown is all treating you great. I hope you're all washing your hands, antibacterializing when necessary, which is whenever you leave the house. I mean, like, if people didn't wash their hands before they went to the toilet now, like, I genuinely think this is probably kick their asses into gear, and now they will. So today I thought I would sit down and I thought I would do a video that is a little bit more true to my blog style. Obviously, if anyone out there reads my blog, if any of my viewers actually do read my blog or have read my blog in the past, it has kind of taken a bit of a back burner at this moment in time, just with me trying to get everything ready to kickstart my YouTube channel. So it has been on the bit of a back burner at this moment in time. But yeah, so I thought what I would do is sit down and talk about makeup. Like, not actually do it, just sit and talk about some products I've been purchasing in lockdown. It's a little bit of a haul, but these are just products that I feel like these products are probably the type of products that would receive a lot of mixed reviews. Some of them are quite new products, some of them are sort of like holy grail products that you think like, oh, maybe that's a bit expensive, you don't want to waste your money on it and things like that if it isn't worth the hype. And the thing is, I'm obviously not sponsored to say any of this. I'm obviously not sponsored to say any of this. I'm not paid to say any of this. This is purely because when I watch YouTube videos, I love watching people talk about products that they actually do think are great or they do think are crap and things like that. So, you know, you're not wasting loads of money on things. I have a huge and vast range of products that I'm going to be talking about. I have a range of things that I am going to be talking about, from tanning to skincare to makeup, of course, a range of different brands. I've got a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury, I have a little bit of Revolution, I have some Fenty stuff, I have some little odd bits and bobs. So yeah, I think we're just going to jump straight in. So please, if you are interested in any of these things, if you want a little haul to watch, then please just keep on watching. And please remember, if you do enjoy this video, to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and you can follow any of my handles which will pop up towards the end of the videos. You guys know the drill. So I'm going to jump straight in with a product that I was a little bit hesitant to actually first purchase when I actually got this. I was kind of torn. I was like, do I add it to my basket or do I not? I really was torn. I was like, do I need it? However, being in lockdown, my skin has never ever been better, and I think it is because I've had a really strict regime. I did write a blog post about my regime, about my skincare regime, that I do morning and night, and what I use for moisturisers, what I use for toners, etc, etc. So this product is a skin product, and it is by the brand Pixi, and this is the, should we go this side? We're not gonna even do that. It is, of course, the Glow Tonic. I always want to say Glow Tonic Water for some reason. I don't know why, but I always want to say that. But no, it's just the Glow Tonic. And it actually is an exfoliating toner. I think this retails for about £18, so it is on the higher end. All of Pixi's products do tend to be around the over 15 mark. You can obviously get travel size, which are great if you're traveling and you want to use their travel sizes. I usually just go to Superdrug if I'm traveling, and I just get like the 3 minis for like 2 or whatever, and as many of them as I want, and spend a fortune. Anyway, this is probably the product they are most renowned for. Actually went onto their Pixie page on Cult Beauty. This was at the top of the list, so it's obviously one of the most purchased products. And I honestly can see why. As I've said, looking after my skin has been something that in lockdown I have really tried to keep on top of. I think, you know, you look after your house, you look after your car, you don't leave your car dirty, you don't leave your house dirty. You only get one body, so why not look after it the best you can? And that's my philosophy on it. I'm always really careful about what I put into my body. I try to have a balanced diet as best as I can. I don't really drink that often, so I do try to keep an eye on what I, not to the point where I'm like tracking my calories and things like that, but suddenly got very much like as 5% glycolic, that's how you say it, glycolic acid. I literally had to go onto YouTube and learn how to pronounce how to say that before this video, because I kept calling it glycolic. Oh no, it is glycolic. Glycolic, I think I was calling it. You wouldn't think I was an English literature student, would you? No. 5% glycolic acid. Just not going to say it. Which, of course, is used to eliminate dead skin cells. Obviously, because this is only 5%, it's not a massively harsh acidy product. This is obviously only 5%. It is also alcohol-free. It is animal cruelty-free, so they don't test on animals. So it's just great for a variety of skin types. When you actually unscrew it, you can see that I've probably used this maybe every night for the past 2 weeks, and literally I've only used that much, so I think it will last a while. It smells like spars. It's very much like a rose infused scent, which I love. I always feel like whenever I put something like that on my face, it leaves my skin feeling really hydrated. It never ever leaves me feeling tight or stingy or things like that. So obviously the acid pH is very low. That's right. And it's great if you just sort of want to first introduce yourself to using acid-based toners. Like I said, it is an exfoliating toner. The only thing that I have read, which was slightly, it's not your biggest friend when it comes to sunlight. It can make your skin slightly sensitive when it comes to sunlight, so you do need to use a good suntan lotion when you use this. I, for one, haven't actually been out sunbathing when I have been using this. In the UK, we've had pretty dismal weather for the past 2 weeks, so I will keep you updated on what I think of that, but so far I'm absolutely loving this, and I would recommend, obviously, if you're a bit hesitant to trying it, you can always get the travel size one, which I think might be about £10, but just have a look on the Cult Beauty website, which I will have linked down below. So the next product I picked up was another product that kind of, a bit like the Pixie, I'd kind of heard a couple of mixed and this product helps something that all of us women suffer from. I didn't know if I was going to say from, or I don't know where ham came in from. And that is, I'm not even going to try and like sugarcoat it. It's cellulite. We all get it, whether you're a size 2, whether you're a size 22. You're going to get cellulite. It's just the way our bodies store fat, and it is the layer of skin that goes on top of it, so it sometimes looks a bit like an orange peel. We all get it. You might see it in different lights, you might not see it at all, you might see it when you're sat in a certain way. I remember seeing Kim Kardashian was plastered all over the front page of the news with it, as if that is actual news, by the way. I've seen Nicole Kidman being slated from when she's got out of the limousine before, and she is like at least a size 4. And as much as it affects us all, that doesn't mean that I personally don't want to try and minimise my own. So I picked up this product because like I said, I had heard a couple of mixed reviews, but some of my favourite YouTubers had actually been using it, and I thought, you know what, they weren't being paid to say it. There's obviously some benefits from it, and I have noticed these benefits. So the product that I'm actually talking about is the Brazilian Bum Cream, and this is by Sol de Janeiro. This is an all-over body cream. It is not just for your butt, it's not just for your thighs. It is literally, you can put it all over your body. It's like a lovely moisturiser. It smells of salted caramel and pistachio. it's, I'm gonna have to smell it. You can smell it even when before you've taken the thingy out. So that's what it looks like inside. Dead creamy. I just love the smell of it. I love like putting my entire body in it. You can also get that in a shampoo and a conditioner, and you can get it in a body lotion as well, like a shower gel, which I find super fascinating. That is something that I definitely want next time I buy from this brand. This tub was a little bit on the pricey side. It was £44. So this is 240 millilitres. However, you can get an 18 milliliter. No, I said that wrong. You can get a 75 milliliter for £18. So if you're not wanting to, you know, part with £44 straight away, then try the 18, and if it changes your life like it has changed mine, then just thank me later. What makes this cream unique is that it is infused with, I'll try to say this one, guarana extract, which is a plant that is native to South America. It is native to the Amazon, so it is popularly found in Brazil, and this has some form of like caffeine. At the time, people who say that caffeine based creams don't actually work, because they do. Well, this one definitely does. Anyway, I used this, I think I've used this maybe about 3 or 4 times since I've got it, like when I've got out of the shower, when I've got out of the bath, and literally, no word of lie, after the first time that I'd used it, I'd noticed an instant difference on my bottom and on my legs. The purpose of this is for lifting, it's for tightening, it's for ridding your body of cellulite, it's fast absorbing, and it did all of that, to be honest. The little bits of cellulite that I had were starting to go away, so if you are in the market for a new moisturiser, then check this one out, because it smells really, really good. Breathe out breath. So we're going to go move on to some makeup now, which is everybody knows is my favourite thing in the whole entire world, apart from this little thing over here to talk about. Yeah, I can talk about her till like the end of time, so we'll just pause for a second. But sometimes I actually think this is what parents think when they look at their children and they're like, my child's so perfect. Like, they do the little like puppies, like she's not even a puppy, I still call her a puppy now. I'm just like, the littlest thing she does are so cute, and yeah, hurts my heart. Anywho, first product I'm going to talk about is from Charlotte Tilbury, and again, if you read my blog, you will know just how much I absolutely love Charlotte Tilbury. I've honestly only really started religiously using it since probably about December time. I find it paramount to always do your research into whatever it is you're doing, to make sure you agree with the ethos of the brand, to make sure you're not going to waste your money getting a product, and that is what I always do before I buy anything. This product is something that I have been wanting for a while now. Like I said, I've only been really religiously using Charlotte Tilbury since December time, and since then I really needed this product at all. For a matter of fact, I think it is a very summery product. I think it's for when you're on holiday, but I don't think any of us are going to be getting away this year, so I just thought I'd look glowy in my garden. This is the Hollywood Flawless Filter. I got mine in this shade 3, and this is slightly darker than my skin tone, if you can just see. A bit darker than my actual natural skin tone. But the beauty of this product is multifaceted. You can literally use it for whatever you want to use it for. I mean, within reason. So I use it, which is, I've got it on today, and my skin is super glowy today. Anyway, I've got lots of highlighter on. You all know I love my highlighter. But I use it actually underneath my foundation today. I've got NARS Sheer Glow foundation on. So I popped my Wonder Glow by Charlotte Tilbury on as a primer. And then I used this on the points of my face that I wanted to highlight. So of course I popped it on my cheekbones, popped it on these little bits of meat skull there, I popped it on my nose, I popped it on my cupid's bow, and I popped it on my chin, because they're the areas I typically tend to highlight. And then you can just blend it all in, and it, especially with the NARS Sheer Glow, it really works well, because obviously that is a very sort of buildable foundation. You know, you can leave it quite sheer, and you still get that really nice dewy colour. So I think they're a great combination. I would actually use this with just the Wonder Glow and maybe sort of like a creamy bronzer when I'm on holiday to create a base, because obviously if you have a tan you don't really need, well, I mean, I always wear foundation on holiday. I literally look like the biggest catfish on holiday ever. So yes, like I said, like if I go on holiday next year, which I'm hoping I will be doing, if this all blows over, I will probably be packing this with the Wonder Glow, and as I said, use something like the Huda Beauty Tan Tour, the Chanel, I can't pronounce it, but the Chanel bronzer that's dead creamy, even one that I'm going to be talking about soon, I will use on my face just for that really natural summer glow that we all, you know, want to mimic all the time. So again, was not disappointed with this one either. We're doing well so far, aren't we, guys? Like I'm good at choosing products, I think, or products for myself. Next thing is also from Charlotte Tilbury. This is a product I've been so excited to try. I've actually been on the waiting list for this product for the past week, I want to say. I know that a couple of Instagrammers and YouTubers had been sent this product first, and I'd seen a couple of them using it. So it is, of course, the brand new. I mean, look at that hitting off the light. It's like a diamond in itself. Of course, this is the airbrush bronzer. It is, and I got mine in the shade Tube. Literally, I mean, the packaging itself is so stunning. It's lovely and big. I love a big bronzer. And I'm gonna lift this up if I can. It's magnetic, and look how, I mean, we can see Emily in there. Hello, me. But yeah, so I'm just gonna cover that over so we don't get a lot of flashback. But yeah. So that is a shade 2, and that is the shade medium. That was a good point. What I like about this is that the pan is refillable. So I'm presuming the pan will pop out somehow. I'm also not quite sure how that does that just yet. And I'm also not entirely sure how much a refill pan does actually cost. The bronzer itself was £39, so it is on the pricey side if you're looking for a high-end bronzer. What I really like about Charlotte Tilbury is that everything seems to be getting a lot more innovative. She's bringing out a lot more shades in her foundations with her airbrush flawless foundation. She had, I think, almost twice as many shades as she did in her first Magic foundation. In the shade range of that, like there wasn't much choice for them at all. So what I really like about her is that she's constantly developing her brand and making it accessible for everyone, which I think is great. So I love the fact that she's constantly trying to make her products a little bit more environmental. So obviously you won't be using as much packaging when it comes to getting another one of these. You're just going to have to buy the refill. Like I say, not entirely sure how much they cost. I'm sure they'll be on the website. But I imagine nobody really needs a refill just yet because they've literally only just come out. The main thing is with Charlotte Tilbury products is the look she wants to create is yourself but better. Talk is a very nudie pinky shade that's supposed to look like your lips but better. Everything is very much so like that, and this is exactly the same with this bronzer, so please remember that before you buy it. It's not one of those bronzers where you're going to pop it on and it's going to be like you're going to be bronzed within 3 seconds. Like it's not one bam thank you ma'am whatsoever. It's buildable. You really have to build it up. I have it on today and I really like it. I'm really happy with it. I think you get so much more product than you do in the powder. If you look at the size of it, I mean, that's probably the size of the bronzer inside of it anyway. So yeah, that's great. Massive improvement. That's the only concern I have. Both of them are exactly the same formula, the powder and the bronzer. It is infused with hyaluronic acid, which means it is there to reduce the appearance of fine lines. Everybody who'll have read my blog knows I am petrified of getting wrinkles, petrified of them. Like, I don't want it to happen. So anything that is going to make any fine lines that are creeping on my face diffuse, I am all here for. So the only thing I would say about this powder is just please keep an eye on the fact that it is buildable coverage. It's not going to be really intense bronzers that you probably will want it to be. It is really buildable. Make sure you do your research before you purchase this product. Next brand I am going to be talking about is a brand that I kind of forget about, and I don't mean that in a really nasty way. It's purely because up until maybe a year ago, not even that, maybe 6 months ago, just before Christmas, it was kind of a little bit inaccessible for myself, probably the majority of people. It was only available in Harvey Nicks, and I'm sure as soon as I've said that, a lot of you will be able to guess what brand I'm on about, and it is of course Fenty Beauty. I had a couple of vouchers to use up for Boots, so I thought I would treat myself to some Fenty stuff, and I was really happily surprised. I was really chuffed with the stuff I got. There's one product that I'm not like completely head over heels with, but well, at first I wasn't completely head over heels. I've now used it a couple of times and I really like it. So I'm going to talk you through just exactly what I got. These are I think these are called gloss balms. I'm sure that's what they're called. Yeah, gloss balms. So I got mine in the shade Sweet Mouth, and I got it also in Fenty Glow. So these are gorgeous shades. They're perfect. Look how fingerprinty they are. It's because I've been using them and loving them. They're still really fingerprinty, but we'll just go over it. So these are super gorgeous, whether they're on their own or as a lipstick topper. I prefer to use mine as a lipstick topper. I always feel like if I'm going to be doing my lips, I'm going to do the full work. So I'm going to have a lip liner, I'm going to have lipstick, I'm going to have a lip gloss, I'm going to have it absolutely all of it. I was like, it's a bit too pink, and I actually thought this one was a bit too dark, to be honest. I think I got both of these for £27 in a little lip duo, as I said. This is gorgeous on, and so is this one, so I was really chuffed with these. I don't know if I need to say really that many times, but I was really chuffed. I really like these. They smell, I can't even, like, full disclaimer, if you getting a rave on my face again. If you guys know anything about me, there is one thing that I hate. I hate when products don't smell nice. I hate when they smell chemically. I hate when they don't, you know, they're on your face. I want it to be a pleasant experience putting it on my face. So I don't really want it to smell feisty or anything like that on my face. I want it to be a refreshing smell that I enjoy putting on my face. And these smell like strawberries. I absolutely love them. Like, they're so glossy, they're so shiny. I just like cannot get enough of these. There's such a gorgeous little size as well. This is obviously the full size, and they're just great little great little lip glosses to pop in your handbag. I just love them. My favies. The next couple of things I purchased from Fenty are two things that I think are actually, well, they're both the same, so I don't know why I'm saying two things, but something that I think is now a staple to so many makeup artists, so many people's makeup bags more recently. I've always been a massive blush enthusiast. I've always worn blush. However, I've definitely become more experimental within the last year with the shades that I like to use. So these are the Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream blushes. So I got mine in Fuego Flush and Daiquiri Dip. Literally, this just reminds me of like holidays and getting loads of strawberry daiquiris and just getting fruity on them. I'm going to show you these, and now you're probably going to think like, oh my god, these are insane colours, but I've actually got Fuego Flush on my cheeks today, so you'll see the colour and then you'll actually see what it looks like on my face. So, ready? Yeah, it's orange, and like I said, I've got it on my cheeks today. So they are extremely sheer. Like, they don't smell of anything, which is a shame, but you know, I'd rather them smell of nothing than them smelling. It is the shade Fuego Flush. It's got my fingerprint in it at this moment in time, but it's very creamy. You can use it as a highlight, you can use it as probably a bronzer, you can obviously use it as a blush, which is what it's supposed to be used like, but a littlest bit goes a long way. I literally just swirl my finger around it inside, which I don't know if this is the right or the wrong way to use it, but this is how I like to do it. I'll swirl my finger around it, I'll just tap it on my face, and then blend it in with a beauty blender, so it blends seamlessly and sort of just melts into my skin, which is the perfect summer, like, colour flushed look that I just love. The next shade again is going to look super duper scary, and I will show you this one as well. Look at that. So that's Daiquiri Dip, and again, super sheer when you first put it on. I'll swatch this one on my finger. So there, and then that's what it looks like on the skin. Obviously I haven't really blended that in very well, but yeah, so they look super scary and super intense when you first look at them, but they really aren't. And you can get these in a range of colours, a range of super bright pinks and purples, and these are the two that I just thought would be most complementary to my skin, but I will not hesitate to pick up some more in the future. I don't know how many more times I can say that I love this product, but I do, and each of these were £17, I want to say, or a high-end blush. You're probably looking at sort of like the lower end of the spectrum right there. If you're thinking of your like NARS or your Charlotte Tilbury's, you're looking into your £30 ranges. So these are great, and they'll probably last quite a while with you needing such a little amount for such a large effect. So that's just a really quick way to my heart, to be honest. The next product I picked up from Fenty is the Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer, and I got mine in the shade Butter Biscuit. By the way, I just love how shade literally could just make me go and eat like a ginormous pack of triple chocolate chip cookies or something like that, like Maryland cookies. Anyway, moving on. Like the Biscoff, Lotus Biscoff, like you know, the spread, like I could just go eat all of that. Anyway, talking about the brush now. It's not even a blush, it's a bronzer. Talking about the bronzer. When you first see it, it might be a little bit used. Yeah, you can see where I've put my brush in there a little bit. So yeah, that's the shade. It's almost like a perfect contour shade because it does have that sort of grey undertone, which I love for a cream product. I don't really like my powders, and I've said this before, especially with the original Hoola. I don't really like the powdery shades being a grey undertone. I don't mind when it comes to my creams because I think you can really blend them in and make them look super seamless, but I sometimes think with a powder it can sometimes cling to different parts of your face if you're sort of drier in certain areas. So great start anyway, but I did think that maybe I could have shaded up, because although it looks dark here, when you put it on your face it takes a lot of building. Again, like the Charlotte Tilbury product, it is very, very sheer. And I'm not saying the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer was sheer, that just takes a lot of time to build up. This is sheer. This is very, very sheer. Again, I have got it on today, but I've got a contour shade on top, and then I've got that Charlotte Tilbury bronzer as well. I think I could have probably gone for the shade Macchiato, which was the shade below it. I definitely could have shaded up or down, whichever way you kind of want to look at it, with this colour, and got the shade number 3, which was Macchiato, which was a bit deeper, but I don't know whether that would have made it any less sheer or not. I think that's just the formula of the bronzer, so please just keep that in mind before you purchase this. It takes some work. The last thing I picked up from Fenty Beauty was the Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo, and I got mine in the shade Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal, so we'll pop it open. So this is Lightning Dust and this is a Fire Crystal, and this is what I've got on my face today. It's a very white colour with a sort of a bit of a pinky purpley undertone. I love this because both these shades are super pigmented, and I will show you this now on my skin. So this is the shade Fire Crystal and this is the shade Lightning Dust, and I know I've put that on top of the other one, but you can already see how pigmented they are. Super pigmented. I love the fact that you get two, because it means you can create two completely different looks with one tiny little palette. Like, that is just the handiest thing ever. These are two colours you can literally use for any look. They're gonna, one is sort of a bit deeper, the other one's very bright, so you can create like two different looks with one simple tiny little compartment, and I just love it. And they are super pigmented, and you really get your money's worth with this palette. This product I'm going to be talking about is one that, again, I probably wouldn't be using as much in the winter. I'm not a massive fake tanning, self-tanning person as it is at the best of times. We've got a natural tan at the minute from when we had a couple of weeks of sun, but I tend to stray away from fake tan. I'm just not that great at it. This product I have been loving. This is the Isle of Paradise self-tanning drops for your face and your body, but I obviously use them for my face. You pop these into your moisturiser. I've been loving my Drops of Youth moisturiser, which is like an overnight mask from the Body Shop. As I said previously, petrified of wrinkles, so I'm going to be doing anything and everything I can to keep this wrinkleless face forever. Like, I always feel so much healthier when I have a natural glow to my face. I picked up my shade Light, and do you know what? I watched a couple of videos about how this tan works, and it was so interesting. So the guy, can't quite remember his name, which is really going to bug me. Really going to bug me. He was saying his tans are vegan friendly and cruelty free, and he was actually saying tans and self tanners work so much better when they actually are vegan friendly. He was just like, they seem to perform better, which is really interesting. And of course, if you are vegan and you know you're into your vegan products, this is a great shout. It was really interesting what he was saying and what inspired him to create these tans. They are kind of based on the colour wheel. So the pink is to cancel out any cancel out any sort of greeny, yellowy shades. I think it's particularly more greeny shades. I just didn't want to have a really, really dark face. Like, this just really works for me. Like, it's such a nice shade. It's super natural looking. I'm just completely obsessed with it, and it has become a regular in my tanning routine. It smells unreal. Again, here I'm going on about products that smell lovely. It smells really nice. And it comes in this cute little bowl, so you can take it anywhere with you. It'd be great for when you're on holiday, if you just want to freshen up your face. What I would say about this is, if you pop it on with your hands, make sure to wash your hands straight after. I've decided to start using a brush with this so I don't get it all over my hands and have orange hands. But yeah, I really, really like this. Again, for a little product this much, it was a little bit on the pricey side, but you only need 1 to 2 drops, so it will last you a while. Do I have anything else to say about this product? I don't think so, I just like it, but that's about it. The last products I'm going to be talking about are from a much more affordable brand, and this is Makeup Revolution. So the first thing I picked up was the Glow Revolution Prime Set and Glow, which is sort of a mimic of the Iconic London one. This was about £10, and obviously the Iconic London one is about £22. It is basically just what it says. It can prime your makeup, it can set your makeup, you can just put it all over your body and have a lovely, lovely glow. I wear this most of the time when the sun's out because it just leaves your skin looking super shiny, super glowy, what you want your skin to look like in the summer. You do have to give it a good share, because as you can see, all the product does build up at the bottom, so make sure you give that a good share before you use it. The only thing I am not 100% keen on about this product is, if you don't shake it well enough, it will leave larger bits of excess product on your face, so you will sometimes have a couple of little blobs of the bronzy goldy shade on your face, which you can just fix by blending it in, but do just make sure you give it a good old shake before you use this. Finally, the last product I'm going to be talking about is again from Revolution, and this is a product I have been dying to use since it first came out a couple of months ago, and it is the Molten Body Glow. I put it on my collarbones, I put it on my shoulder bones, and I pop it on my legs for when I'm wearing a dress and I'm outside. Just want to give myself a little bit of an extra glow. If I'm going to be taking photos for my Instagram or things like that, I'll pop it on those places, and it just gives the perfect subtle glow. It is like a squirty top, which I also love, so if you literally need the tiniest bit amount. So as you can see, I've popped it on my hand there, and I'm just gonna, like, it literally is like a molten gold colour. It's stunning. It is so pretty, and you can obviously rub it in a bit more, but that is when it tends to get a bit, it separates a little bit, and it does get a bit sort of like solid glittery, if that makes sense, rather than like a shimmer. So just make sure when you rub it in, it's better to use it with a brush, and I use mine when I do it with the hula brush, so the brush that comes with your little hula box. It's great. You can get your own brush with this. I just forgot to order mine. It is only £8 if you are wanting to get the brush. I just forgot to order mine because I'm silly, and I hate ordering like just one product at a time. It really, like, I'm just like, there's no point, like, all that sort of driving, all the packaging for one product. I just think, no. Okay guys, and I think that pretty much wraps up this entire video. All done, all dusted. I will leave the links and everything that I have talked about in this video down below in the down bar, so you can, you know, go purchase them yourself. I will link them from the shops that I actually purchased them from, so if I got them from Beauty Bay or if I got them from Cult, things like that. Purely because I kind of like getting everything from one place. I find it so much more reliable. So yeah, but yeah, I think that pretty much sums everything up. If you have any questions that have not been answered in this little chatty video, then please just leave them below, slide into my DMs, whatever you want to do, talk about. Any video recommendations are always highly, highly appreciated. I love to know what you guys want to hear from me, and that is, you know, the main focus of this whole thing. Anyway, I had so much fun doing this video. I really did. I love just sitting down and talking about makeup, but yeah. So yeah, I will leave my handles around here as per usual. So if you want to go follow me on anything, then please do. My Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, whatever it is, check out my website, like to. But yeah, and please, as always, please remember to give this video, I literally said that at the start of this video, give this video a big, humongous, huge thumbs up, because you know I really appreciate that. And please go and subscribe to my channel, because that really helps me out. Remember to keep staying safe, keep washing those hands, keep washing your door handles, and anything else. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.